Hey, welcome back to Skill-Based Podcasting. This is episode 39. I am Elias, and this is Ty.
Are you ready for this one?
Yeah. We might have some haters on this one.
Yeah, this could be an interesting week in our comment section.
Even our normal listeners.
Yeah.
We've been playing the Server Slam. We're probably just going to talk about Marathon today, mostly.
Mostly, yeah.
So whether you hate it or love it or just want our opinion on it, that's probably going to be most of the episode. We might get to a few other topics, but...
This one, I mean, we've been waiting for it. We've been talking about it a lot.
It's a big deal.
We're Bungie boys.
Bungie's first game in 6 years. It's an extraction.
And we played it, so that'll be a good portion of this episode. I'm very interested to see what these comments are going to be like this week on our socials. It might be a war zone, but...
And we can get into last week's community question, which was, do you think Marathon is going to affect Arc Raiders player base? Like, how many people are playing it?
Yeah, because I had said that.
And I still
bullshit survey said 30%.
Yeah, it's not going to be 30%.
It's not going to be.
But I still think we don't really know because this is the Server Slam and not the game itself. Because this was a point someone said, I saw on Twitter. They were like, if it's not even beating Arc Raiders while it's a free Server Slam, how's it going to... It's going to have even less players when it comes out.
And you got to pay $40.
And I said, hold on. Arc Raiders Server Slam was also free, and it had 1/3 of the player count when it launched.
Oh.
So that argument isn't foolproof.
Look at you. That's good. That's good.
I was like, I'll get you
receipts on that.
I'll get you on your own favorite game. Arc Raiders only had
Uno reverse card.
Yeah. Like its peak at the first week or whatever was like 300% more than the Server Slam.
Right.
Or Arc Raiders free Server Slam before it came out. So it's like,
maybe,
I don't...
Yeah. And I don't know...
Also, I was thinking about this, and this is true for me. Like, I have 15 hours on the Server Slam, the Marathon Server Slam. And like, I'm not really going to play it much anymore because I'm already getting attached to my character and my progression, and I know it's getting reset.
Right.
So I want to actually sink time into it when the game comes out. So maybe like a lot of people are like me, where I'm like, okay, I tried it. Now I'm going to get off. Yeah. Like I have 15 hours. I'm not going to spend 48 hours on a thing where I know my...
No point to jump in fully. Like the progress doesn't carry over. It's not a full release. So there is stuff that you can't do, can't play, can't experience in the game. So maybe people are...
And that's what happened with the Arc Raiders one too. I don't know.
It's possible. I also think maybe because Arc was Embark Studios, it didn't have the Bungie label
that's true.
attached to it. So like not a lot of people kind of knew what was going on. And then when it was fully released and it started getting the traction from, Peanut and social media and everything, people were like, yo, I got to check this out. So maybe that's why people there was just less players that knew what it was when it was in the trial. I feel like more people probably know what Marathon is right now.
Either way, Marathon's player count numbers are much lower than I expected.
I would agree with that.
As far as on Steam, it was like around 100K.
When they had the peak, it was like 143.
Was it? Okay.
And right now it's kind of fluctuating between 50 to 70K.
Okay. Yeah, that's not low, but it's for a Bungie game.
It's low.
It's low. Like it's not an indie dev.
Comparatively speaking.
The marketing was crazy. Like, it had pretty good sentiment around it.
We'll get into all that because there's...
Then again, Destiny players are...
bitches.
But they are... I'm trying to think of the word.
Bitches.
They're known for being like 80% PlayStation players. It's like super weird.
And we can't track that on Steam.
We can't track it on Steam. So there's Xbox Server Slam players, there's PlayStation. But still, the Steam numbers I was expecting to be higher. Yeah. 100%.
So we did ask that question last week and we got some feedback. So Grazing Bull said, honestly, it just depends if that Peanut wants to play Marathon more than Arc. Peanut was getting... Dude, his streams, people were like, stop playing this trash garbage game. Like,
really?
Dude, and he was like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck. Like, he was losing his mind on people. And he was like, he made that comment about, like, if you keep shitting on new games when they come out, like, you're going to get Call of Duty 96. And I can't do that. Like, and they were like, oh, it's just an ad. He was like, my ad is until Saturday. Like, what you're getting right now is, like, my honest opinion. And I am quite enjoying it.
So his ad is when the game actually comes out.
Yeah.
He's going to be playing it.
He was saying, like, Yeah, he was just, people were just hopping in there hate watching, and he was just telling people, shut the fuck up. He was like, oh, he had something that I really think gamers need to listen to. At the beginning of his stream, they were like, oh, can't wait to watch you play this shit game, blah, blah, blah. And he was just like, how about this? How about we just sit back and have fun, or you can be fucking miserable. And he was like, I guarantee you would enjoy yourself more if you just sat back and had fun instead of just came in and wanted to be miserable. Because guess what? One day we're all going to die anyway. So like, why not just fucking enjoy things? And he's like, why are you even watching something you don't want to watch?
That's
like,
the thing that gets me.
You're fucking miserable. Like it was funny. He was getting a lot of shit, but I think he does have a lot of pull. If he's having a good game and it takes off on social media like Ark did, there's potential there. Threat said, I don't think that Marathon will touch or will take much, if any, of the player base from Ark, but it's possible if the game's good enough. Islander Boy said, depending on how the PvP is, I reckon they will take the PvP player base and only the PvE players will stay playing Ark Raiders.
I think that's mostly true. Yeah, maybe like 50-50 of that. It depends.
I'll share my opinion on that. It definitely seems like with the recent trend in Ark Raiders, it's kind of leaning more
they're
towards
embracing
PvE.
the PvE,
Yeah,
because they know that's most of their players probably.
Yeah, but we'll get into all that. So I don't know. Is there any YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, a lot of them are kind of echoing what everyone's been saying. Just
I don't think anyone thinks Marathon is gonna.
No one thought Marathon was just going to make Ark disappear. Like, Ark is going to be bigger.
Ark is still going to be there, too.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone's saying, like, oh, Marathon's going to have more players at some point. Like, I think we know that's not going to happen. And I think... I'll
read this one because I don't know if I've ever read this person's comment before. Okay. Ermac43 from YouTube.
Ermac.
I think Marathon will definitely take some players from Ark, but both will serve different groups of players and play to their strengths. Ark will probably be bigger because of its simplicity and casual PvE focus, but Marathon will serve those who want a deeper player progression and PvP-focused FPS experience. Me personally, I tried Ark and found it a little too simple and PvE focused for what I was looking for in an extraction. Then I got into a closed test for Marathon, and it was exactly what I was looking for. So this is a prime example of a person who's going to play Marathon. Because he likes PvP.
Have you seen how many people have, like, I know it wasn't originally our comment, but we made a video and some other account took it. How many people are saying, like, Marathon will be Apex, Ark will be...
Dude, I've
seen like 4 or 5 people recently.
I've seen, namely, someone I know, Deadly Dill, say it.
He said it, and then I saw someone else, like a extraction shooter.
And by the way, that wasn't even our take. That was a hot take.
That was a hot take from was it Ed and Nettie?
No, I can't remember who it was.
I can't remember who it was either. But it was a good take.
It was a good take.
Yeah, we agreed with it.
We made it short about it.
And there was an Ark Raiders account that took it, and like some people were like, yeah, this is valid. And other people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? You can't compare them, blah, blah, blah. But like, there's been quite a few people recently that they were like, the more I play Marathon, the more I can see it being like Apex.
Yeah.
And I just found that funny, but
Danny Dub Gaming on YouTube said, the art style is going to prevent Marathon from reaching a broad audience, but I think Marathon will be well loved by a hardcore audience. I think there's some truth in that. I don't think it's fully true. I think people are actually liking the art style more than like the lead up to this, when I saw everyone calling it Roblox, and like I haven't seen a lot of, maybe it's just my algorithm, but I haven't seen a lot of praise for the art style, and the graphics in general are
I've seen
pretty good.
In my algorithm, it's been a mix of both.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But this week's community question.
Start your self-expression. Express yourself. It's time for the community question. Community question.
We're just going to ask you guys, now that you've played the Server Slam, will you be purchasing Marathon?
The ultimate test of if you like it or not.
Yeah, are you going to stick around? Did they show you enough to keep you in and to reach into your little pockets and say, give us your money?
Yeah.
Keep playing this game.
And I'll say, for me, I will be buying it, but there was a point where I thought I wouldn't be, which is kind of a testament to how this game is gone this weekend. Like, I actually physically said out loud, I think after my first or second game, this game kind of sucks. I literally said that. Mm-hmm. And then I kept playing, and I was like, wait, this game doesn't suck. And then I was like, wait. And now this morning I was playing solos by myself at like 8 a.m. And I was like, wait, I might be like loving this.
Loving this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you had told me that too. You were like, I think I'm getting it more. And my experience was kind of similar. The first few games, I don't even think we've really explored the map. Like we were just kind of like, where are we? What are we doing? What's this? What's that?
And you run into the first few like loot things and you're like, all these items look so similar, like I can't tell what the fuck is happening.
Yeah, so you're just
need to improve that, by the way. Like the item pictures are like all the chips, they look the same. It's like
there was I saw a post today where someone took a shot at that and how they could enhance like the mod component, like chips.
Okay. Like change what it looks like.
Yeah, and they were like, you can still have the orange with the gray, but like the symbol on the inside could change. And it was a very simple, subtle thing that I think could help.
Yeah, the items don't look good.
Yeah, but like your first few games, you're like in this new game, there's a lot going on, so you're kind of just like, you're not really playing the game.
No.
And the first couple games, I was just like, I wasn't feeling it. I'm going to be straight up honest. Either. First few games, I was like, I'm not too sure about this. When it clicked for me and when I started enjoying it more was when I understood the UI and how everything flowed.
Okay.
Like when we sat down and we took 5 minutes to just understand what the fuck we were seeing and what the purpose was behind it, it was like this light bulb went off in my head and I was just like, oh, wait a second. This progression is so much better than Arc Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
The factions, the missions, like the skill, like I was like, this is fucking sick. And the animations, the intro trailers to each faction gave you so much substance for lore.
Oh, the story.
And I was like, this is so sick.
Good. Yeah.
So that's where I was like, okay, now I understand the purpose, because that's something I've always struggled with extractions. You know this, like the purpose.
Right.
And I felt like Marathon did a good job once I understood it of giving me that purpose on why I'm playing this game.
Yeah.
So then I started enjoying it more. However, I will say I have not once yet, because I'm still going to play it today, I have not once yet experienced the dopamine that a game of Arc has given me.
Yeah, like the rush.
The highest of highs hasn't been there yet. I've had some good moments.
I've had
some
it
cool
once.
moments, but I haven't had like a like Arc has given me. So I think that's what's holding me back a little bit right now. Where I'm enjoying it.
It's definitely more overall. I would say it's more arcadey to the point where it's like, it's weird because it's more of an extraction than Arc to me, as far as like how bloodthirsty and PvP it is. Where Arc, it's like, you know, you can get into friendly lobbies if that's the way you play.
Right.
But the feeling of it, the feeling that like the environment and the sounds give you, the audio is great, but Arc just makes you feel more like vulnerable. You feel more like a cockroach or something.
Yeah.
And Marathon, I mean, the AI in Marathon is strong. It's good. We'll talk about that as well, like compared to Arc. But I know what you're saying. I will say I had one of those yesterday. I was playing with Andrew.
Okay.
And him and our random went down, and I won a 1v3, like straight up. And my heart was pumping. And I got to revive both of my teammates after I won, which was very gratifying. Yeah. You can't do that in Arc. Like they're gone for and they have to watch you.
Your chances to 1v3 in Arc are very small. That's one thing that I do think, like I see a lot of people talking about the TTK in this game and everything like that. And I feel like if it's going to be PvP oriented, the TTK for this game is good because you do have those opportunities. In Arc, it's like...
You're not.
It's very few and far between that you're going to shit on a team like that.
Also, what I liked about that I didn't even know was going to happen, I got out of the game and I had a new notification in the codex, and it was like, it gave me a fucking skin for the challenge. Literally was win a 1v3 while both of your teammates are down.
Oh shit.
And I was specific. And I was like, that's dope as fuck. Yeah. Like that's like cool because it's like, it's encouraging you to PvP, and saying you did good. Where it's not being like, be friendly to other players.
Yeah, and it wasn't just like here's some extra XP. Yeah. Like there was like something that you actually got from it that you weren't expecting.
Yeah, I was
that's pretty sick. I will say I did anticipate more PvP, and here's the thing with that. So I was talking to some folks about it. I think there was a guy in our Discord
that's been a lot of feedback too.
Yeah,
and they even acknowledged it on Twitter, the marathon page.
They did acknowledge it, and I think it was a topic of conversation in Discord about this. I thought there would be more at first, but then I kind of realized these people are probably having the same experience as me, where they don't know where the fuck anything is.
Yeah,
and then I realized, okay, if we just go to where these missions are, we'll probably run into people. And then it started happening.
Yeah.
And then I started running into people more and more, and then, not playing the beginner map, which is what I told Threat in Discord. He said, he was like, I can never find anybody. It's so boring. And I was like, we've been finding people. Are you doing the beginner map? Also, 99% of the time, if you just go to where the missions are, you run into people, like that infected building.
Yeah.
Every time you go there, you run into people.
Or just the POIs.
And he said, he was like, I take it back. I just ran into 4 squads. It was definitely the starter map as the issue.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about, there's a starter map. Yeah. There's less players.
Yeah, less players and everything. So at first I was just like expecting like a PvP sweatfest. So when I wasn't getting that, I was just like...
Yeah, I was too.
I felt like they were missing that for me.
Yeah, because you thought it was going to be that kind of...
Yeah.
I would still say, though, like, I usually run into one team, maybe 2 sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like 50-50, 1 or 2 teams before extracting. And I would just tell people, be careful what you wish for, because one thing I'm liking is I'm not getting third-partied a lot. Mm-hmm. And when you start adding just tons of teams, or like making another set of teams spawn in the middle, you're going to get third-partied more. Like in Ark, you cannot fight at the beginning when you first spawn and not get third-partied. Like you're getting third-partied. So it's a hard balance for them. And I think maybe they could add like one more team. And I'm not even sure how many teams spawn in. I think it's...
I don't know either.
I think
it might change because it's a server slam.
Yeah, like I think I saw someone say it was 12, but I'm not sure if that's true.
So I think Ark is different in this regard, because Ark raiders, like if PvP is going down, you're seeing raider flares pop up. You're also hearing Ark go off, which does not sound like gunfire.
No.
The UESC in this game, it's specifically gunfire. So it's like you know people, that's your only indication that people are there.
Right.
Is if you hear that. Mm-hmm. You're not getting raider flares up in the air. So like inherently third parties, like these people don't know where you're at.
Yeah.
So it already minimizes that. And I don't know, like I get what you're saying. Third parties does get stressful as hell, especially in a game with a TTK like this.
Yeah.
It would be fucking miserable.
Right.
If it's just wave after wave of people plus UESC that spawn in a lot. But I was expecting more of a PvP element. And I think the more I played it, the more I've started getting that.
It. Yeah.
So that's where, but I would say, like, if I was to rate my experience 1 to 10, I would say like 7.5.
Yeah, I'd say 7.5.
They missed the mark on a few things for me, but then they reeled me back in on some others. So do you want to talk about like good, bad, what you enjoy?
I mean,
like,
I'll say also, I would just say this is the server slam. It's not the full game. Mm-hmm. It's like there's a lot of people treating this like this is the actual game.
Yeah, like there's still one rook. And I think a lot of people didn't understand that too. Like I feel like there was a lot of people that were new to Marathon and they thought this was the full release, because there's comments on Twitter I'm seeing, like someone was like, why is there one rook that we can't play? Or why is there one fat? And it's like
one shell.
Yeah, one shell.
The thief shell, yeah.
The thief shell. They were like, why can't we play? And
there's also a faction you can't unlock.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh wait, the game's not fully out yet, so do keep that in mind. Like I struggled with that too at first. I was like, I thought it was like a full release kind of thing, and then I realized like there's a lot that they're still holding back on.
And I mean, we are getting like a good feeling of what it's going to play like. Obviously, it's the game, but there's going to be 2 more maps, and from what I've heard, the last 2 maps are actually the best maps. So that's interesting to me, because I've heard Outpost is like super dope.
Did you see the crossword thing?
The crossword thing? Oh yeah, the fucking Easter egg shit going on?
There's like Marathon like tweeted out and they were like, you guys are missing something. And it went, people started going down a rabbit hole and trying to figure this shit out. They found some website. There's a crossword puzzle. They were like, what the fuck does this unlock? I don't think they figured it out yet either. But there's rumors that it's Outposts.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Another thing I'll say depends on I mean, we talked about it a little before we recorded, but how they're going to handle the wipes.
Yeah.
Because in Marathon, you get way more attached to your character because the progression is like, you can kind of pick how your guy's going to play, and you kind of pick what shell you like. And it's going to feel weird to wipe unless the rewards are really good, because I'm just going to be like, I don't want to wipe. I spent all this time leveling up all 6 factions.
Skins, yeah.
So if they make the wipe stuff super cool, then I think that's a big thing. Hopefully they don't make the same mistake Ark did with the first expedition, where it was kind of like underwhelming, the rewards. The other thing,
let's be real, even this expedition.
Yeah, it's this one too.
Yeah.
The other make or break thing for me is the ranked mode. That is coming with the full game. That's a whole nother. Yeah. That's a whole nother beast. There's a meta is gonna happen. Like,
we're ranked boys. So.
Yeah, we love ranked. I can't wait to see how they handle that. So I would just say, like, a lot of people are writing off Marathon, but I'm still standing by it. I think it's a good game.
The consensus that I've been seeing is the more you give this game a chance, and you play it more, the more things start to click and you realize, like, okay, this is actually good.
Dude, I saw
everyone I see that's like I put more hours, they're like, okay, wait, now I get it.
Yeah.
And I feel like, maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe people are like,
it is a bad
first
thing.
Impression is real.
It is a bad thing.
And casual players are a real thing too.
Yeah.
And hopping in, it's very overwhelming. You got only a couple hours, few games to really like get people in.
Yeah.
And those people have left. That's clear in the Steam numbers. Like if it peaks at 143 and it's at 50 to 70, like half of them are gone. Mm-hmm. But the people that have stuck with it are like, wait, hold on. Like there's something here.
Yeah, this is a thing that like Arc Raider, there's a few things that Arc Raider does better, but just hooking you from like the first game, Arc Raiders just nailed that.
Because it's relatable. You see a rubber duck, you know what the fuck it is. Yeah. You don't know what drinkable cheeseburger is. Like it's you can't compare those. So like for casuals, it loops you in right there.
I think it's like everything together. Like the menus, the faction menus, the UI, the inventory is cumbersome. Like a lot of the things are just not dumbed down to like low IQ levels, where Arc Raiders, like any Arc Raiders player was like, simple. They got it.
Yeah.
The Marathon, it's a little more, you got to use your brain a little bit.
You do. And I'm telling you right now, it is more rewarding when you just take 5 minutes to understand things, because the first reactions, the impulse reaction of Marathon was like, this UI is horrible.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's great by any chance. And I understand the people that were in my comments saying like, well, the point of UI is to be good, like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, if you take 5 minutes to just read the shit, it makes perfect fucking sense, and it's super simple. The symbols themselves, I'm not saying that's good, but the flow of the factions, your vault, the armory, like that shit it makes perfect sense once you read the things.
There is like little things that are still bad with the UI, like how you can't. I mean, I posted a video yesterday of it, and it's over like 1,000 likes now, so I know it's relating with people where you can't like. I had the same AR in both of my weapon slots, and I couldn't drag my optic from one to the other. I had to remove the mod, click inspect on my gun, and then find that spot. It's like, dude, that should take half a second to do that. Instead, it takes like 10 seconds.
Yeah, and there's things like when you're in the game, you can't just like drag and drop to the ground. You have to hover over it. So there is little things like that I'm not saying are perfect by any means. No. But the whole...
Hopefully they fix them, too.
It wasn't even those intricacies that people were bitching about. It was the aesthetic.
Yeah, the aesthetic of the UI,
It was too confusing and too many tabs, and I disagree with that.
Yeah.
I think once you take the time to like, no, okay, I go to my factions, it shows me my factions and my objectives, and then it's like, oh, each one has the upgrades, and then people were saying like, oh, I can't buy shields or anything. It's like, if you go to the armory, you see that stuff, and each faction has different things that you can unlock. So it gives you a purpose to level up each faction. If you want more gun mods and shit like that, you go to Arachne.
This game might low key just be like a IQ test.
I think it is.
At a certain point.
I hate saying that, but like,
which is a bad thing for first impressions. Like we said.
But it's also very reflective of how people consume content now, where it's like, if it doesn't get me in the first minute, it doesn't make sense and I don't like it. And it's like, that kind of sucks, because it's like,
but they're also with the items, hopefully they change this. Like, one thing Arc Raiders does way better than Marathon, 100%, is like, I call this the catching a fish effect. You see a gold item pop up, the way it unveils and the sound it gives you, cring, you're like, you get that adrenaline and dopamine spike, like when you catch a fish. Yeah. It gives you that feeling. Like in Marathon, when you find a rare item, it just pops up normal. You don't get that. And I know this sounds like kind of a dumb argument, but gamers are humans, and humans are kind of dumb. Like, we use our senses. Like, video games like attract to our senses. And if our senses aren't captured by what's happening, it's not going to hit as hard. Especially a game centered around items and loot. Yeah. So like the feeling you get when you find like a fucking snap hook in Arc Raiders and it unveils and it makes that epic ass noise. Yeah. Marathon needs to do that way better.
They do. And I think there's room for improvement with all of that. I know, naturally Arc and Marathon are going to be compared, but I think they're going to be two completely different things, different player bases, and I think they both can exist healthily.
I agree. Yeah.
With each other. But where you're saying like Arc does that better, Arc does not do missions, trials, progression anywhere near as good as Marathon.
It's way better.
I'm telling, like, the trials, the mission, like we did the expedition the first time for Arc Raiders. It gives us the same fucking missions the next expedition with Tien Wen and fucking Mr. Shiny and going and like the same shit.
And they don't
and the trials are
do anything.
They don't.
The quests in Arc aren't tied to your progression.
Right.
In Marathon, the faction missions are tied to your progression.
And what you can craft, what you can make,
does stuff for your runner, your heat capacity, sprint speed.
They nailed that, in my opinion. And once you smooth brain people can like sit down and understand that, you'll be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
This is what progression actually looks like.
It makes you want to do the quest.
Exactly.
It's making your character better.
Exactly.
It's making your items better.
Oh, I get a fucking blueprint.
Right.
Like that I can find fucking.
That I'm going to find 1,000 times anyway. Yeah.
So I think that's a really good thing that Marathon does, that I hope that they continue to like. I mean, the cinematics themselves for those trailers, like there's so much potential for lore, in-game events, just to keep building off that shit. Like when you're in that first faction and you're talking to Oni and then all of a sudden the Meta people just like hack it and everything, you're like, what the fuck's going on? Like that takes you to a different place.
Yeah.
And I think like the visuals, like all the people saying like Roblox, there's still people saying that it look. I think that is just the low hive mind, bare minimum of a fucking thought for this art style, because I think the art style is sick. Test. I think the art style is sick. It's unique. Like everything that goes into it, like it is sci-fi, and I think maybe people just don't really like the sci-fi thing.
Yeah, you can not like sci-fi, and that's why you don't like Marathon.
And
that's
I'm not saying the art style is for everybody, but for me, I'm like, this is fucking different, and it's cool, and I don't think it looks like Roblox.
I think it's like the most original looking shooter we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe like one of the most ever.
Do you just want some more bare bones, like Unreal Engine 5?
Also, I've been like, just looking at the game when I'm playing sometimes, and I'm like, this actually looks insane. Like it looks,
eating the fucking,
bro. Like, and when you're walking through a lot of the fucking indoor, like the interiors, it's so vibey, bro. Like the graphics are insane.
I forget what the POI is, but like when I was playing with you and Stank, and I like went downstairs and I was like, I'm in red tunnels. And you were like, yeah, don't go. I was like, I'm scared. I'm not going down. Like it instantly, I was just like on edge already. So like, that's what I was hoping for with this game, was just like that kind of sense of.
I think what you said, it like fucking 10 episodes or something came true about Marathon's using the map to create that feeling more than Arc Raiders uses the Arc to create that feeling of dread. Like Marathon's map is doing that well. Not everywhere. Some of the spaces between the POIs are kind of underwhelming to me.
Yeah,
they just feel like blank swamp, and it's like, okay,
there's a swamp and a cliff.
Yeah, and like some fog. But a lot of the POIs, like there's a lot of attention to detail. Even like the office or like medical buildings, there's just like shit all over the tables. There's like computers, like lockers. Like it looks really good.
Yeah, and it takes time to realize like what you can loot, where to look for things and stuff. But I think for people to just be like, oh, this art style, like it might not be for you, but to call it bad, I think is a bad take. That's just my opinion. I think this art style is unique. I think it's different than what we've seen. I think it works perfectly for everything that they're doing. Like, you load into a game and you get all these codes popping up and all these like crazy aesthetics and shit. Like, it works perfectly with that. Like, if you were just doing some Arc Raiders, regular ass realism, humans, like this would feel so out of place. Like, they had to go sci-fi, robotic.
Because there's tons of extractions doing that, and they all kind of blend together. Like Escape from Tarkov, Delta Force, Arena Breakout. There's another one coming out. I can't remember what it's called. They're just military, dirt, grass.
Right.
Like, all right.
Even the PUBG one that's coming.
PUBG one, it's all,
like, do you want something different or do you not?
They put their Bungie spin on it.
Yeah.
Sci-fi Bungie spin.
And I think
it is what it is.
It's going to be its own thing. It's going to have its player base. But there are some bad things that I don't like. I can't fucking zoom in on the map. I hate that so much. That really fucking frustrates me. But
there's some stuff I found on the map I didn't even know existed. Like, you can go to each POI and see what's in it.
Yeah. There's so many little things like that too, because you can even hover over your objectives when you have the maps open and it'll tell you where to go.
Yeah.
Like,
one thing I wanted to say about the missions though, it was kind of annoying me at first. Like, it'll tell you kind of the area it's in and what to do, but it doesn't just give you a marker thing to it. So sometimes you're like kind of just looking around, like looking for a fucking laptop or like something. But I kind of like how it doesn't just give you like a waypoint directly to it, because and then the quests feel like you're not really doing anything yourself. Like, you're not figuring it out. It kind of reminds me of like, trying to think of a good example. Maybe in like Uncharted or something, there's just a waypoint on what to do, and you get there, and you just kind of feel like the game's just guiding you through,
helping you out.
But when there's like, it gives you the general area, and you have to find what it is on your own, it gives me more of that feeling of like Zelda, where you're like, you're just figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like that. Like, at first it was annoying me, but then I was like, then when I do find the thing, I like actually felt like I did something.
Yeah.
It didn't just lead me to it with a waypoint, and it gave me a good feeling of finding it and being like, fuck yes, here it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I'm glad the missions aren't just like chores.
Right.
They feel a little more.
Well, yeah, and each faction's different. Like the one, I think it's Traxxas, maybe, where it was just like, yo, use this weapon. And it's like, okay, I got to load in with a precision rifle and I got to do some shit with it. And oh, wait, if I do damage to runners with this, it's better results. Like that's some cool shit.
Yeah, it gives you like, there's a lot of them that give you like an option.
And it's less gear fear too. Like, it's like, yo, I got to use this. I'm going in with it.
Right.
Like, it encourages you to use the shit that you find.
I'm trying to figure out
stuff like that.
Now that you bring up gear fear, I feel like there's a lot less gear fear in Marathon.
I would agree.
Than Arc.
I would agree.
And I don't know if that's a good thing, because like, you kind of just, it kind of goes against
when you like really play this game and unlock some like really good shit,
true,
we'll see how the gear fear is. Right now, it's like all this basic shit is
that's true. Yeah, just have like green and blue and a couple purple things.
But when you like really upgrade some shit and you got like all these mod components for triage and you got all the weapons.
That's true, because in Arc I don't really get gear fear unless I'm using like a Bobcat or like a pink item.
Right.
That's true. But yeah, I don't know. The PvP is great. Like, I like it a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
The BR dude.
Like, they were saying that shit feels like clunky and slow. I don't think so. No, I think it feels fine. I feel it feels like a first person shooter to me.
Also, that's a thing with like progressing your character. Like, you get better heat reduction.
Yeah,
you get better like.
ADS, you get better. There's like shit. There's also mod components that do this.
When you first start, like, it should feel like you're slow. I mean, it does an Arc too when you don't have your skill tree. Like, you mantle slower, like everything. It's kind of the same.
You can't roll as far, like shit like that. Yeah, I mean, it's all about progression and sticking with it. I think a couple things that I don't like I mentioned the map. The one of my other issues with it is I don't know, man. I think that I don't know. A lot of people are saying like you can't really tell the people you're shooting that are they actual people or are they UESC. I disagree. I think once you play a few games, you realize that. I think it's pretty easy to tell.
If you are struggling with that, just know that all the UAC have a big ass red fucking rectangle in their face.
Yeah.
And when in doubt, The only one maybe I can see is like the Rook because he looks like a robot more.
Yeah, I could see that.
But I'm not having trouble with that. But also I like trained on target identification for 5 years in the Army. So like
so you're locked in.
I'm literally looking to make sure I'm not shooting a woman or a child. So.
Or a child. Probably my biggest complaint, and this might ruffle some feathers, I'm not a fan of the abilities.
Okay.
I think they do feel pretty balanced. I will say that. Like, I'm not saying one is crazy or whatever. I just feel like in this game, the extraction shooter, I feel like you could have done shells and you could have had passive traits with them and it would have been just fine. But having ultimates, tacticals, shit like that, like I feel like that's a little overworked and unnecessary.
Yeah.
That's my opinion of it. That they are cool. Like I think the medic revive is really fucking cool, but if you just made that a passive trait, whatever.
Yeah.
I think the invisibility one is corny as fuck.
I was going to say my least favorite my least favorite thing about the shells and skills is invisibility.
Invisibility and the scan, I think, are the two worst
I don't think
things.
any extraction shooter should have an invisible character.
No.
And I was thinking about this morning. I was like, when I was playing solos, I was like, if you play solos and you're not what are they called, assassins? You're not an assassin who can go invisible. Like, you're literally just nerfing yourself.
Yeah.
Like for solos. Being invisible in an extraction is
why
insane.
would you even play triage?
Yeah, the only other one, I was playing recon just so I could fucking find invisible people.
Right.
And like use my ult.
Yeah, and that's the counter to it, which I totally understand.
That's the counter to it, but I really don't think there should be invisibility at all.
I don't think there should be abilities.
It's just
ults,
weird.
All that shit, like...
I mean, if you get killed by an invisible person, you'll have the most rage-inducing
you'll be like I didn't even fucking see this guy.
It'll be like, okay.
Yeah, and the way... I haven't looked into it too much, but the way that this game progresses and your shells and all that shit progress, like, I'm wondering if, like, that becomes even... more of a
That's
problem.
What I'm saying.
Is
like
the duration increased? Is like
right. That's what I'm saying with like what is the ranked meta going to be?
Yeah.
When you have all these people that have the best mods for whatever their thief, assassin, recon is, it's going to be like you might like have to use a recon just to find invisible people all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying. I disagree overall because
so you like the abilities.
I like the abilities. Okay. Yeah. I think they had to do something different. Because there's not an extraction shooter that has abilities yet. Mm-hmm. So it does kind of separate it. Also, it lets you play like the way I kind of look at shells is like kind of your play style. And I feel like it lets people, people that like to sneak around and be invisible are picking the assassin. People that like to be like the frontline tank are picking the destroyer or like to just like jump in and fucking do cool shit.
Yeah.
People that like to thrust around and like break people's ankles are playing Vandal.
Yeah.
People that like information positioning like me, I'm playing the recon. Like, so I think it kind of is cool to like cater to different play styles. Mm-hmm. Whereas like in Arc, you're all just the same dude. I don't know. I see your argument. I don't know if I fully would just want them to take out the abilities. I think it's kind of cool. I don't know. Like I
could see it becoming a problem.
If it's game breaking, then yes, I agree.
Yeah.
But right now,
it's a problem in ranked.
Yeah, in ranked, yeah. We'll see
where the meta comes out, where it's like you have to run these shell. It's just like Apex, where it'd be like you got to run this team comp to compete.
Speaking of Apex, a lot of Apex players are loving this game, which isn't surprising.
Yeah, I expected that. 100%.
They're like, and then a lot of them were like, bro, like I don't know what y'all are talking about. Like this game is fucking awesome, and Arc is not like. There are a lot of people that didn't like Arc, coincidentally, which kind of makes sense,
right?
Because they just want like a first-person PvP. Like, I saw a clip of Abrelli, however you say his name, Aberlele. He was playing the Destroyer, and he has that ability where he like jumps. I guess there's a way you can like, dude, he like did it like 5 times in a row, like fucking flew across the map at this dude and shotgunned him. And killed all 3 of the.
That shotgun's crazy,
dude. I was like, this game might like once you get the best mods and shit, like
there's gonna be
a
skill gap.
There's gonna be some crazy shit happening. So
yeah, I think the gunplay feels fucking cool. It's awesome that they have so many different weapons. The customization. This is another thing that Arc just fails on, in my opinion.
Yeah,
customization in Marathon is going to be so much better.
Yeah,
every weapon has skins. Your shells have skins. You have stickers. You have charms. You have all this other shit. Obviously, with Arc, you don't have weapon skins or anything like that. Maybe it's not needed, whatever. But it's a thing.
I don't think it's needed, but it is a boon for Marathon.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing.
And it's like it goes to, I mean, it's first person, so the weapon skins, you actually see them.
Yeah.
So I feel like Ark, you don't necessarily. It's not a big of a deal. You more care back to your character skin,
how they look,
and that's kind of how both games have done it. Because so far from what I've seen, the character skins in Marathon are only like colorways. They don't actually change like the shape of your silhouette and like change how you look. It's just like colors.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do, but
I do like the whole. I don't know. Maybe some people have a problem with this. I think it's cool how the longer you're in a match, the more beneficial it is to you.
Yeah.
Like they've come out and said, like, the longer you're in these matches, the higher the stakes. Like you'll find better stuff. It does become more challenging. Like the UESC are everywhere. Like there's map events and shit like that. I do like how it encourages you to like stay in some games. I mean, we've had some games where we've exfilled with like less than a minute left.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed those games more than just like hop in, do a mission real quick, go exfil.
And there's stuff in the game that people are still finding and figuring out to get loot.
So
like
much.
The thing I was telling you earlier, I'm sure like 99% people playing the Server Slam don't even know about this, is the lockdown zones when it only happens on Dire Marsh. It's a random event. It doesn't happen every match. A big thing will come in the sky and lock down a POI with like a red wall.
Yeah.
And you can only pass into that red wall if you use an antivirus pack. You have like a timer to shut off the wall. Then there's a loot chest. You have to fight a wave of things. You get the loot chest, then you get a card, and then it happens to another POI. You got to go over there.
Yeah.
And you can do it up to 3 times, and the third one is like the best loot. And this is something like no one is doing.
Right. And then once you find out, you're like, okay, you realize how much depth there is to this. And I think it helps the gameplay loop so much because you don't have to do these things, but you know what's at stake. And I feel like that's something that Ark does miss on. Like there's not real depth there unless you're doing like Matriarch Queen.
Right.
But like these games have so much shit built into them. And the more you play it, the more you uncover these things, the more you realize like there's even more for you to do. Yeah, and I think the people that stuck with it,
it's hard to see that stuff.
They're enjoying it more now because of these things.
It's hard to see that stuff when you first start. Like even for me,
you don't know that. I
was like, I'm just not like, I don't know what's going on. I'm not really fucking with this. It's not grabbing me. And then the more I played it, the more I liked it.
You're like,
it's really that simple.
Yeah, and I try to tell people like, hey guys, like this is a new game. It's not Arc Raiders.
Yeah.
So what if you go into it expecting Arc Raiders, you will be let down.
Yeah.
It's going to be its own thing. There is stuff you have to learn, not just with the inventory and the loot and shit like that, but like how the game works
like
itself.
What to do on the map.
There is a lot to learn.
Yeah.
And just stick with it to learn that stuff because it's going to be a different game.
And one thing that didn't help them a lot with this is what the items look like. Yeah, like the mechanics kits, the OS debug, antivirus pack, the heals, like they're all just colored squares.
And
they needed to make these things more identifiable.
Everything. And, you know, I'm all for reading and being able to take more than just 30 seconds to understand something. But like there's a better way that they
could have did it in a smarter way.
But the layout of everything, the inventory, I like how if you hover over the mod components, it tells you what like it's impacting, like it highlights it on your body.
Yeah. I
think that's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know, when you read the shit, you're like, oh, this is actually crazy. Like there's one that's like, I forget what it's called, but it's like, oh, if you down a UESC or whatever, or a runner, it'll automatically reload your weapon to you kind of thing. Like it's like little shit that when you read it, you're like, oh, this is actually cool. But like at first glance, you have no idea what it is. So like when you're looting, you're like, do I need to pick this up? Do I not? So it's a little challenging, but they released, they tweeted this out today. Some more tips to just kind of like help people around. So they listed out a general tip. So they said some contracts are zone specific. We've seen that though, because some are just map specific as well. Like it'll be like in Dire Marsh, do this.
It's crazy that you even have to say this. It literally says on the contract in North Supply. Like
this is the one that I just mentioned. Hover over contract objectives on the map screen for info and where to complete them. That's super helpful. Inspect weapons out of run. To bring up a mod workbench. Crouching makes heat dissipate faster. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Because there was a lot of people complaining about that too. And you had mentioned like your skill tree does increase that. And so do...
I will say it is a little... I think the heat builds up too fast.
Oh yeah. When you're just playing and you do 3 melees because one of your objectives is break windows and you're like, I just broke 3 and now I'm overheating. Like,
and if you don't know what heat is, it's basically the equivalent of stamina on Arc Raiders. Like instead of your stamina arc rate just goes down, the heat goes up, and then you overheat. And when you're overheating, you have to wait for it to go all the way down until you can even sprint again.
Right.
You can't even sprint if you overheat.
Yeah, I just like how, I don't necessarily think that's a good thing, but like it makes you think about how you're playing.
Yeah. Also, walking in water makes you heat up slower.
Yeah.
And rain does too.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Even small things like the Volt weapons. Like how many times did I tell you, like naturally we play shooters or whatever, so we reload all the time. And I was like, fuck, I need to stop doing this with this gun.
Yeah.
Because I lose the ammo.
Yeah.
It's like it makes you think and approach this game a little differently. But they released some other ones. So they said combat tips. They said entering smoke fully drops UESC aggro. A lot of people saying these motherfuckers are strong. They are. The ones with the grenades are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You drop a smoke, those smokes are crazy, and it takes out their aggro.
What do you think overall about the UESC AI, like compared to like arcs?
Well, did you see the clip where they're like baiting people?
Yeah, with
it sounds like a player. That's cool.
That is cool.
I think that's sick. I think they're not as. I think the arc and arc raiders are really cool because it's like.
I think they're cooler.
Yeah,
like just visually too. And like how they act and their physics. Yeah. But
these guys, like even though they can be strong, they feel like more NPCs. Where arc feel more like a contributing factor. To what's going on.
Yeah, I will say though, like. As far as how they play, the arc are kind of, once you figure them all out and how to beat them, they don't really threaten you as much.
No.
In this game, they can actually catch you off guard. Like if you walk around a corner, like in Arc, they'll have a thing where they like fly and they'll make a noise before they shoot. You can kind of know what's coming. In this, if you run around a corner and there's a dude there, he will straight up just be like, just like pound your shit. It's like,
they'll
whoa!
be invisible too. Like you'll think you'll clear the way.
Yeah, the invisible ones are annoying as shit. So I like how like they made them kind of like hard sometimes and tanky. Like you don't just run through them. Like you do have to take them into account, especially if there's another team in the POI.
Ones with the shields, like you have to plan your inventory accordingly. I know a lot of people bitch about not having enough ammo, but like keep in mind it is an extraction shooter too. Like you're not just finding ammo everywhere. You either have to craft it and bring it with you, or just use the excessive amount of ammo crates that they give you.
They give you a lot of.
They give you a lot of those, and like that's one thing that I do like what they do, like the sponsored kits.
Yeah,
it's an automatic preset loadout, and it gives you ammo crates, so it's like you can just use that.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool. And someone in my comments, I had posted a tweet about like. I think Marathon is better than what y'all make it out to be. Whatever. One of the guys said he was like, it's easier to make a loadout in this than it is.
I was just saying
100%. I was like, this is an underrated take because it is.
Yeah.
You click the
How many times did I bitch in Arc about remaking our loadouts? Like 1,000 times. Yeah. I'm like, bro, I just hate crafting heals. I hate crafting. Like that's one thing you can get back into Marathon games
so
faster.
Fast. Yeah. And it's just so like. Yeah, this is what I'm doing. You click and it's equipped, like good to go.
That's pretty crazy for a game where like the UI is ass.
Yeah,
according to people. But
you can say it too. I like it, but I know.
I mean, I'm torn. Like I don't care how it looks. How it looks is fine. Just the little things like the video I posted on Twitter where you can't just fucking drag an optic to a gun is insane.
Yeah,
like it's just a waste of time. Like there's little things.
Yeah, it's like little things that you're like, how did they miss this?
Yeah, and hopefully they fix that. That's what this server slam's for.
Yeah,
so
it's for the feedback. Some other things here. So some weapons have Z or left D-pad if you're a fucking controller loser that says that functions like alternative scopes and gun shields. This is one thing I realized when the one LMG mod, scopes. I was like, oh shit, I can have a gun shield if I activate it. Like that's something that and perhaps they could have improved the tutorial a little bit to explain some of these things more.
It doesn't tell you that.
I didn't know that. Yeah. And then I read one of my things and I was like, wait, I can do this. So then now when I look at my guns, I see if I can activate something. There's alternative scopes, there's gun shields, shit like that. This one's kind of crazy to me. Headshots deal 50 to 140% bonus damage depending on the weapon.
Okay.
So I guess the snipers are 140%.
Dude, oh my God. I forgot. I wanted to mention, I've been using the long shot, dude. You can just one-shot people.
Blow!
Like, it kind of feels great. I'm not going to lie.
Blue shit just leaking, dude.
Yeah, it kind of feels great, but I don't know if it's going to fly. Maybe it'll be like a Warzone ranked thing where they change it for ranked only. Because it's kind of good. It's kind of OP, bro. Yeah, like the snipers are kind of insane.
Yeah.
Especially with the thermal optics and shit.
Containers on the outskirts are more likely to have healing items. That's pretty standard. Ammo tips. Sponsored kits come in with ammo crates. We just mentioned that. Check bodies for ammo crates, not just ammo.
Yeah,
I can't stress that
People
enough.
just look over them.
Get the ammo crates and drop it immediately and just like restock.
Sometimes when I have ammo crates just in my vault, I'll just bring them instead of like an ammo thing, so I can free up vault space. And so I just have another stack of ammo.
Yeah, that's a pro tip right there from you. Like,
exactly.
Bring ammo crates in. The second you use it, you free up your vault space and you have your ammo.
Yeah, and it's not taking up your inventory in the game.
Use those. There's a reason why. Like, that's one thing I'm realizing. Like, these items do have a purpose. They're in there for a reason. The stuff that's not meant to be in there, like, they automatically sell it when you exfil.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just clogging up your vault and you're wondering, can I salvage this or whatever? Like, they do it for you already.
Which is cool. Like, because that's the equivalent to that is like Ark's trinkets that you have to sell anyway.
Or like some of the shit that you're just like, what do I even use this for? Like, it just sits there.
It is
like,
weird.
Can I use it? Can I recycle it? I have no fucking clue.
There's no question.
This is like, we got rid of this shit for you.
It is weird though, because like, why don't they just give you credits instead? Like, what if all the loot was just credits? You can drop
the credits.
Yeah.
Like, you can pick those up, which I think is a real cool thing. Like, you're picking up in-game
You can loot
currency.
Credits off of people you kill.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a percentage or something, but it's cool.
Yeah. The in-game currency is a really cool thing. Conserve ammo by knifing low-level enemies. This one can get you in trouble because those enemies can beat your ass.
And then you'll have to use your shields.
I saw a clip of Ninja getting bodied by these guys. Containers on the outskirts are more likely to have ammo. So stuff on the outskirts, more likely to have some of the smaller things that you may need. Armory tips. Faction shops periodically refresh. Check good deals. I didn't know that.
No.
I didn't know that they refresh and you can find that shit. I guess it's like the barter stuff.
Yeah.
Which they kind of say right here. So some items are bartered for loot, not sold for credits. So you can kind of...
Yeah, that's how I get all my shields and heals. You don't use your credits. You use the unstable fucking goo or whatever.
Yeah. You can track needed loot to mark drops in-game. Does that... I have to try that out.
You track materials, like in Ark, how you track an item.
Yeah, but does it tell you where it is, or does it tell you
it just tells you
when you
that you're looking for it. Yeah, it's like
that's
a
what
mark.
I was hoping.
Yeah.
And then it says trade unstable gray tier materials for ammo and healing items.
Yeah.
That's a given. It's just the intricacies that once you learn this stuff, you understand like how to get what you need. Makes the gameplay a little more.
But it takes a while to understand all this stuff. Like I was even playing with Judah yesterday, and he didn't know you could trade gunmetal for ammo.
Yeah. I sat down with him and I like kind of walked through the UI and he was like, oh, okay. Like he started understanding it. Right. It was overwhelming.
Yeah.
But it's cool that they're kind of helping people along and they're like, hey, here's some things that like, you know, you guys haven't picked up on yet.
Yeah.
To just help your experience.
It just shows you kind of how much the learning curve is that they even have to post this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like all these tips that like they can tell people aren't picking up on. And that is a detriment to like how the game is going to get picked up by casual people when they don't want to spend like 10 games to understand the basics of the game.
There was a lot of people, you know, we talk a lot about like streamer culture and streamer influence, content creator influence. Like their first hour on this game, they had a good influence on how it was perceived because so many people were bitching about the mouse thing and not being able to navigate the menus unless they plugged in a controller.
That didn't happen to me.
No, because we weren't sharing in Discord or OBS. All these content creators and streamers were streaming or they were sharing their screen in Discord.
Yeah.
And they had mentioned this before it came out. Like it's a Bungie thing. It's been in the past where it's like, do not use, I think it's game capture. Like use display capture.
Oh,
and
interesting.
People didn't read that, so like they automatically went online.
That's a huge wave of bad press.
Yeah, and they were like, "This shit's broken. You can't even navigate anything. What the fuck?" Blah,
they fixed that in the first day,
and then they fixed it, and then people were like, "Oh, I'm the idiot because I didn't realize that they said don't do it like this."
Yeah,
not to say that shouldn't have been an issue to begin with.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been an issue.
But that streamer influenced content creators, like that was the first thing that they like jumped on was like, "Shit's broken. You can't even navigate anything." And then automatically people were like, oh, you can't even fucking do, like, this game's dead on arrival. And it's like, fuck, man. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's like, sometimes it feels like there's a lot of other people that are smart and nuanced. But, dude, sometimes it feels like we're just battling this wave of, like, idiots. Tribalism on both sides of, like, this game's so ass or just this game's great. It's perfect. Our creator sucks.
I did see some people automatically doing that whole... Oh, they're asking me to install the kernel shit. Like, I'm not fucking installing this game. And it's like,
bro, Jesus. Everyone did that a year ago.
Yeah, all these games are doing it, dumbass.
Yeah. You had to do it for Battlefield, Black Ops 7, like Ark.
Yeah, you have to do it. Like, it helps. And like their approach to cheaters is like, one time you're done.
Oh, I love that.
I love that too. Yeah. It's like you don't get a second fucking chance.
You get banned for life.
Yeah, you're done.
And this is after Arc Raiders did like that 3 strikes rule thing.
Slap on the wrist. Yeah, like sit you down for detention type shit.
Yeah, it's like you get caught cheating with evidence, you're just gone forever.
Yeah,
that's how you have to treat it.
You have to
like stop the problem.
And this kernel stuff is also helping that.
Yeah.
So it's like stop being a fucking idiot and just get the shit.
Hopefully they don't do it on accident to anyone that's not cheating.
Yeah, that's where it's like
they need they need hardcore evidence.
Yeah, I want to know because like if you just report somebody because they shit on you, it's like how much research are they doing onto the reports?
I'm sure they're looking into your actual VOD and like making sure you were cheating.
Mm-hmm. So
with that punishment level,
so you're leaning towards you're going to spend the $40. You're going to play Marathon.
Yeah, I'm going to spend some more time on it. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to play it. Yeah.
It's not high guard. All you people that are sitting here saying like
it's a good game, dude.
The Concordian timeline continue, like you're wrong. I'm sorry. Like the numbers might not be as high as, groundbreaking next big thing, but like 50, 70K is a very healthy player base.
Yeah.
And it's
a lot of games would love to have that many players, but it is like the Server Slam numbers are low than what we expected for a Bungie AAA game. Like there's no denying that.
And you brought this up. You said Bungie has fucked up releases before.
Yeah.
So,
but we kind of like saw that coming too because of just the thousands of people saying they don't like the art style and it's an eyesore and like that whole gang of people. I don't know if maybe that's just true. Like maybe we're in the minority.
I think
that the art style is cool. I think it looks badass.
Yeah.
Like I'm enjoying it too.
I like when you sit down and you're playing something and not saying it's a bad thing at all, but like when you sit there and you're like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah.
Like it brings, because how many times do you just kind of sit there and you're playing a game and you're just kind of going through the motions? Like this has a good way of like, it regains your attention.
Yeah, it stokes your imagination.
Art style, the trailers, the cinematics and shit. You're like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
It is visually stimulating. It may be overstimulating in some senses.
I will say the searching for match screen has got to change. Like,
I've always been in your party, so I don't know.
Well, it's just the one where it shows like the moth. It's like pink and it's like eating.
Yeah.
And it kind of flashes a lot. Like maybe if it didn't even flash, it's just flashing too much. I'm like, bro, like.
Yeah, just fucking
chill,
stroking out.
Just give me something steady to look at.
Have you seen American Horror Story?
No, but I've seen like their trailers.
It reminds me of that, where it's just making you like
a little squeamish.
For any fans of The Office, when later seasons when they introduce Gabe, like he's into that shit and he plays like in the conference room, he plays like a trailer he made and they're like, what? Like, Kelly's like, what the fuck? It just reminds me of that where you're like, what am I watching? I think that's a turn off for a lot of people too, where it's like, I don't want to look at this weird shit.
Yeah.
It's not fucking cool.
I was telling you earlier, like I was kind of mad that I started to love it because like I don't want to have another game to play.
Yeah.
So I was honestly trying to like purposely like dislike it when I first started because I was like, man,
when you first started, I think you did.
I did genuinely dislike it like the first game or two, not like the shooting. Like I felt the shooting was good right away. I was like, it feels good to play. The shooting's cool. The movement was a little slower than I expected, but also all the classes, a lot of people don't know this. I was telling Andrew, all the shells have different base stats. So like the agility stat on the destroyer literally makes you walk slower and sprint slower.
That's right.
So like if you use different shells, also you can level those up with like your factions and the items, mods and stuff. So like I forget what I was saying. But I wanted like to dislike it a little more so I didn't have to buy it and play it so I could just keep playing Deadlock. But like now I'm falling in love with it and I'm like I want to level up the factions. I want to see all the best loot. I've already seen screenshots of a bunch of gold mods that do completely like change guns and do cool shit.
And that's what I'm looking forward to in this game. I haven't played it as much as you. I'm going to dive more into it today and like get more of a feel. I was going into it hoping it was going to be like fucking great. And then I felt myself being underwhelmed.
Yeah.
And that's where I was just like, damn, like maybe I'm not enjoying this. But then like I took the time and I started finding reasons on like why I should be enjoying it, but it just hasn't given me the dope that Ark has yet.
Yeah.
It might when it's fully released and there's ranked and some other serious moments go down, but I just haven't had like the holy shit, this is crazy. Like I barely made it out of here alive. I have all this fucking goop. Like I haven't had those moments yet.
And it might be because the PvP is so rare right now.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm hoping that increases because we're PvP guys, and I was expecting like,
you might get that feeling in ranked too, because like I personally don't get that feeling in literally anything unless it's ranked. Like if I'm playing like pubs and Apex, I kind of just don't give a fuck what happens.
Yeah.
But if I'm playing Apex ranked, I get fucking mad.
Yeah.
And I get like, so that's my main like indicator of if I enjoy a game is if I get mad at it.
I just think,
and like right now I'm not getting super mad at Marathon when I die.
Again, Arc Raiders, Marathon, they can live happily ever after separately.
Yeah.
They're always going to get compared, and I'm going to compare them right here. I think on a season-to-season basis, Marathon will have less lag periods than Arc Raiders. Just because of the skill trees and everything that you're doing with the factions and the depth. Like, I feel like it'll keep your interest more throughout a season than Arc Raiders, where, like, after a few weeks, you're kind of just, like, in this period where it's like, I got the space dollars. Mm-hmm. There's not really much going on. The gameplay loop really isn't there. The missions suck. The trials are kind of meh. Like, I feel like over the course of a season, Marathon could do a better job than Arc Raiders keeping players interested in the gameplay loop.
Yeah. The items, this is so funny because like when you find an item, I mean, I kind of mentioned this earlier, like when you find a rare item in Ark, like it feels like catching a fish, like the gold pops up, you get excited, adrenaline boost. And then when you really realize the item pool in Ark, it actually sucks. The items are like, I don't care what I'm looting for. Marathon, it's the opposite. It's like you don't get that adrenaline and dopamine feeling when you find a rare item, but the item pool is actually awesome. Like there's so much cool shit to find, like the guns, the gun mods. So it's just super interesting that like Ark did a better job at like introducing you to the world and like just hooking your senses, even though the item pool is very shallow.
Yeah.
Whereas Marathon's the opposite. It doesn't hook you, but when you get into it, the more you discover the items, there's so much more.
So much more.
So it's
polar opposites, and that's why I'm saying like you can separate the two now. I think that's very clear. Like, I don't think they're meant to go toe to toe with each other. If that was the case, it'd be the same kind of art style, the same kind of like gameplay loop approach.
Yeah.
I feel like now that you've played Marathon and we've played plenty of Arc Raiders, we can say these are different games. Extraction shooter at its core, yes. Different games entirely.
Yeah. And I mean, that's kind of what we predicted.
Yeah.
Did anything change to you, like how you thought Marathon was going to compare to Ark? Like as far as like the PvP, what do you like more in the PvP?
I thought
PvE?
there would be, just because when I knew the server slam was happening, I thought, I mean, it was our community question last week, like, will they take away players from Arc Raiders? And I think at first it did. There was a lot of people coming over from Arc Raiders, and I thought that was going to influence the proximity chat a lot more. I know the first day it was bugged and they couldn't use it or whatever, but I thought since then, I thought there would be more social interactions, and I'm seeing bits and pieces of it there, but me personally, I haven't experienced it.
I experienced it. I've experienced it a few times now. I played solos earlier, and I told you earlier a fucking triage, which is the medic, like came up to the building. He was like, hey, like anyone here? And I was like, yeah, what's up, man? And then he came around the corner and I just fucking drilled his forehead. and then he was like, wait. He's like, I have a question. Where's the have you seen medical lockers? And I was like, bro, why didn't you say it before? Maybe I would have let you live.
Yeah.
But like, and then I was like, nah, bro, yeah. I haven't seen them.
I had thought like just the popularity of that social element in Arc Raiders, I was expecting that, and maybe it still will, to carry over to Marathon. I do think it'll be more PvP oriented. But I still think even when you PvP, I feel like you'll have more people still talking kind of thing, begging for your life, shit like that. So I was kind of expecting that a little bit more.
It also might be like the same with Arc. You play solos, you get a lot of that. You play trios, you don't. You get PvP fest. It's going to be like that. But still, the solos in Marathon are not going to be like hunky-dory. It's still going to be cutthroat more.
I do like how Marathon randomizes the exfils.
Yeah.
I do like that. Cool. However, I do think the exfil feels underwhelming.
I agree.
Like the locations of it don't feel maybe natural. So it's like people aren't there.
Yeah.
Because people don't know where they are. It does help.
Although we did have that one guy hiding above us, that one map.
Right.
Waiting for us to
you don't know where they're at. There's a less chance for extract campers.
Yeah.
But I feel like that takes away from the tension of extracting. Like you go to a metro on Buried City, it's like you're like,
you know,
this motherfucker's coming in, lights are going off everywhere, people know this shit's coming in, they're about to come.
The extractions don't feel as good.
I haven't felt that.
Yeah, the extractions don't feel
even
as good.
The guarded ones, like the guarded ones with the UESC, it's like, okay, it's guarded, I killed them, we're good.
Yeah, it's like one
the
wave.
arc, it's like you got Leaper fucking fondling you.
It doesn't compare to having a Rocketeer on your ass.
Yeah, dude, it's stressful moment.
The extractions in Arc clear Marathon, the extractions are very underwhelming.
I agree.
It kind of just feels like part of the thing you're doing in the game.
There was this one tweet that I saw. A guy kind of like compared the two and his opinion on them. And it was one of the guys that was just like, the more I play this, I think it's going to be Apex. He had said, okay, so Marathon PvP difficulty, 8 out of 10. NPC difficulty, 9 out of 10. Arc Raiders, he gave PvP difficulty 6 out of 10. NPC difficulty 6 out of 10. Marathon won't get as big as Arc Raiders since it's going to be a lot more sweaty. It's going to be like in Apex Legends, also 5 hours in, and heard one guy use proxy. Again, that was because it was bugged or whatever.
Yeah,
but
it was literally
he's saying that Marathon is just more difficult, PvP and PvE.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't know if I do either.
It feels easy to me. Like shooting people.
I don't think the NPC difficulty is a 9 out of 10 on Marathon. I feel like, yeah, it can be stressful. It uses your resources.
Yeah,
I feel like that's like a 6 out of 10.
I feel like they're both like when you figure them both out, they're kind of easy. Like,
okay.
I will say Arc, you have to like dodge like Rocketeers unless you want to commit to killing it, which takes a lot of time or like takes a wolf pack, whatever. I would honestly say the PvE and Arc's maybe harder.
I think I lean in that direction. I think Arc PvE
it's hard
is
to
harder.
say.
I don't think Arc PvP
I think the PvE in Marathon is annoying though, how they respawn so fast.
They do, man.
Or it's like, holy fuck, bro. Like, you kill them in a POI, and then you're looting. You might kill a team, and they're back, and you have to kill them again. And that second time you kill them just feels like a chore.
Yeah,
it's like I already killed these motherfuckers. I mean, they respawn in Arc too, but not as fast.
I hate those fucking poison things around.
Oh, bro, those are fucking
so much damage.
Yeah, never mind. PvE 9 out of 10.
That motherfucker.
You got to use a mechanics kit.
The most terrifying thing. Like that shit hurts, bro.
Yeah,
it'll take all your health away like instantly.
I've been bringing mechanics kits now just for those.
Yeah,
because I'm like I gotta because you got to clear that shit right away.
It's so insane. I do.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I think there's potential for them to like expand on. I mean, the UESC, like there'll be new ones. They'll do different things and shit like that. It is cool that they're like baiting players by thinking it's like proximity. That's an element that I didn't know that they were going to have, which I think is fucking cool. But I mean, yeah, they're going to add to it. Arc Raiders is doing it. They added 2 fucking new Arc. Even though people are they're like kind of reskins.
Yeah.
Like they don't go on the ground, so we were wrong on that. But it's like a giant fireball and then a wasp that flamethrowers. So it's like
one thing with the PvE that has been underwhelming and I thought was going to be better was just the variety of the UESC and Marathon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like you kind of.
Do you think they changed that with the full release? Like, do you think
that's what I don't know? I was gonna say also maybe on Outpost there's other shit. Yeah. Like there's like the normal blue dudes that you kill in like fucking 6 bullets. They're super easy. Then there's like the invisible guys. There's the grenadiers, and then there's the purple and white like boss ones. But they all kind of feel the way you fight them feels similar.
Yeah.
You're just shooting ground level. There is the one flying thing that like sucks your ass.
Yeah.
That like connects to you with the tendrils.
You suck at me.
Yeah, those things are sneaky as fuck.
Yeah, dude, they come up on you and you're like, what the fuck is hitting me? It's like disabled and you're like, what?
But it does feel like there should be more.
Yeah, that's what I will say. Like Arc Raiders, each of your PvE, there is more variety. Like you do fight each one of them different.
I mean, Arc needs more variety too, though, because there's no like humanoid robots walking around.
Yeah.
which is interesting. But it's like balls, and even the new one is a ball. There's so many balls.
They love balls.
Pops, fucking surveyors, like there's so many balls.
There are so many balls. But with those balls, like each one of them you have to fight different. Like
flamethrower.
The one you have to wait till it opens up.
Yeah.
You know, you shoot the back burners on the Hornet, you shoot all of them on the Wasp. Like Rocketeers is a different experience than a fucking Bastion. Like they do a good variety. You're right. I do think like even though the UESC and Marathon look different, the fight
how they
feels very similar.
It's like some of them just take more bullets.
Yeah, some take more, one has a shield. It's like, okay, I'll just shoot them a little bit more.
Yeah,
they don't. It's just a straight up gun. Like other than the grenades, it's like they're not sniping you from across the map. They don't burn you. They're not dropping poison on you. Like shit like that.
Like I don't know if like even the invisible ones feel like they don't like try to get in the melee range. They just do the same thing as everything else.
Yeah,
I mean, if anything gets close enough, they charge you and melee you, but it doesn't like. They kind of all just feel the same. You're just shooting at them. Some have more health. Mm-hmm. There's also the little like turrets that pop up.
Oh those things. Yeah,
those things are kind of annoying.
That scared the shit out of me. The ones like I was just walking and it was like, and I'm like, whoa, like holy shit. Like
I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but it feels like there could be more.
The
variety.
Fucking Claymore mines, they scare me too.
They do. Yeah.
I didn't know they were there. I walked out. I was like, what the fuck? Someone getting pushed? And you're like, no, they're Claymore mines at the corners. They're just there. But they do so much damage. So it does feel punishing in that regard where it's like, you know, even when you get in a gunfight, like if you don't take out the UESC fast, like they do a lot of damage to you.
They do, yeah.
So.
But I'll say overall, it is true. I like first person more. Yeah. I'm biased to like Marathon more than the average person, and I do like it. Like, I like getting in fights in it with other players, other teams. Feels good to kill them. The shooting feels good. It feels super good to shoot the BR, the 3-round burst BR.
I'm worried though.
About what?
The $40 thing.
Oh,
like I'm seeing more and more people just like looking at the player count and like.
I don't think people look at
like
the player count.
If they're not playing it when it's free, are they going to pay $40? There's some people saying that Bungie should just pull the plug and just do free to play. And I'm just a little worried about.
I don't think people look at the player
count. Did they do
count.
enough to justify $40? I think the more I play it, the more I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
But I think for the casual.
I don't think the casual video game player looks at player counts as much as like our Twitter feed makes us to believe.
They're like, I'm going to buy this game because it looks fucking cool.
I hope anyway. It does seem like there's a lot of groupthink now with
there
stuff.
Is highbind, dude. Like you see it. Everybody calling it Roblox. Everyone saying this, like trashing on shit. Everyone hating on a game before it even comes out. The whole.
I don't have anything against Burnt Peanut, but I do think like a lot of his viewer base are kind of dumb. From what I've gathered so far. Or, I mean, it's just the tribalism thing. People love to pick teams.
There's a lot of people saying, like, him, with what he was saying, they were like, toxic positivity is a bad thing. Because he was just like, give it a chance, let them cook, blah, blah, blah. Like, if you keep shitting on new games when they come out, like, you're just going to get more and more of the same shit if you just don't give things a chance. And I agree with him in that respect. But at the same time, it's like, just make good games. And you wouldn't have this gray area of, like, is it good, is it not?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But for people to be like, oh, toxic positivity, well, toxic negativity is even worse.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I mean, I hate toxic positivity. Like,
I don't even think he was being toxic. Like, he was literally just calling a spade. Like, he was just saying, like, you're right. Like, if you do shit on new games and not give them a chance, you're just going to keep getting more of the same. And these new groundbreaking games are going to be fewer and
I think you're allowed to shit on games when you believe in it. Yeah. Like, but maybe he didn't think it was bad. Maybe he started enjoying it.
He was enjoying it. He was like, I'm quite enjoying my time.
We tried High Guard and then we shit on it because we didn't like it.
Yeah.
That wasn't being like, we weren't going to be toxic positive and be like, wait, like let them cook. Give them a chance.
Give them a chance.
It was like, nah, this game actually just kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like that
Marathon, I don't feel that way. I don't feel like I need to.
It's nowhere close.
Yeah. Like, someone was just like, "Oh, you're saying let them cook while they're burning shit at the stove," and it's like,
I think you
guys are exaggerating.
I think there's a thing going on, like a psychological warfare going on, because Ark was just the mainstream, like big game going viral on everything.
Bro, it's the Call of Duty players that are just like, fucking, you're playing fucking Fortnite, you're playing fucking it's literally just exactly like the 10 toes down. They're going to be playing Arc Raiders for the next 5 years.
Then this was
the same shit, not seeing the problems.
Next big extraction to come out. So they have to mentally they're already opposing it in their mind.
Right.
Like, I'm an Arc Raiders player.
Yeah.
I have to oppose this.
Play Call of Duty.
And then when you add on like the way people don't like the color scheme and some of the art style, and you even have tons of people like relating it to like woke shit because the colors are very bright, like Concords and shit.
It's so crazy.
And like, even though the design is fucking awesome, like the shells look cool as fuck, like it is nowhere near Concord design, which is hideous.
Yeah.
Ugly as fuck.
Ugly as fuck.
Like, just stop, bro. Like, bright colors don't mean something is fucking
woke.
Whatever your definition of woke is. Yeah. Like,
could it be?
Come on, dude.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just feel like it's just such a hive mind, culty.
It is.
Like you said, tribalism kind of thing, where it's like they get attached to their game, and for whatever reason, they feel so obligated to like stand 10 toes down on it. It's like, we've said this so many times. You can play and enjoy other things for what they are. Like,
all of that said, though, if I'm like picking one, Marathon, Arc Raiders, like, what is a better game? I'm picking Arc Raiders.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'm picking Arc Raiders. Like, everything considered, like trying to just look at it objectively as I can, I think Arc Raiders is just a better game.
I think Arc Raiders is a better game. The only knock on it I have, and I've had this for a while, is the gameplay loop.
Yeah.
And how stagnant it gets at points. Marathon might have that.
Yeah.
But I think the depth that Marathon showed in the server slam with everything going on should be a sign of optimism moving forward with it, for me at least. But I've always struggled with extraction shooters. But at its core,
I mean, neither of us like extraction shooters, honestly.
At its core, I will say Arc Raiders is a better game than Marathon.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I don't like Marathon.
Right.
That doesn't mean I won't play Marathon.
Also, my opinion on that might change. There might be a day where I'm like, Marathon's a better game.
It ain't changing.
It might. What if the ranked play gives me more joy than I've ever had on Arc Raiders? Like, that matters a lot to me.
Well, you like it more than Deadlock, though.
No, probably not.
There's nothing topping Deadlock for me right now.
No. Yeah, Deadlock's just hitting. That's why I didn't want to enjoy Marathon, because like,
you want to keep playing Deadlock.
I wanted to just keep playing Deadlock, but now I got to play Marathon as well.
Mix that in. I'm telling you, dude, we just got to come up with a schedule and be like, yo, this day we're just going to play this.
The schedule will have to be daytime Deadlock and nighttime Marathon.
Yeah.
Because I need to be on my fucking shit to play Deadlock. I can't be tired.
Dude, yeah. We've had some crazy games on there. Like some crazy come from behinds. Like, they already have all 3 walkers and we somehow pull this shit out of our ass.
Yeah.
And it's been so fucking fun. It's so good. But yeah, I think a schedule might help us.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot that we want to play. Like, I still don't even want to give up on Arc Raiders. Like, I still want to try that. I haven't played the Hurricane event or anything like that.
I don't know what I'm going to do with Arc Raiders. I just signed up for the expedition yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like today or something, or tomorrow.
Fuck me. I haven't played it enough.
Yeah, so I got all my skill points and all that shit. But I'm like, I don't know. Like right now, I might actually just not play it until fucking something big happens.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. But it's like, they did add Arc, and they did do this Hurricane event, and I want to try it.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm going to play Deadlock. Marathon came out, so I do have to find the time. But I just need to be like, this day, I'm going to play this.
Yeah.
And, you know, I might play it for a couple hours and then hop on something else, but at least I gave it a shot.
Yeah, starting next weekend, I'm going to be grinding Marathon. I'm excited to see what they add that's not in the Server Slam, too.
Yeah. I mean, we got to enjoy it because, you know, I know they're going to, like, they released Resident Evil 9. It's getting a lot of good reception. It's people are enjoying that. There's going to be games here and there that come out over the next few months, all just kind of leading up to GTA, which I think they postponed it like another week.
Did they?
Yeah. When's your birthday?
So it's not on my birthday, November 19th?
No, they did. They didn't move it back then. It's still November 19th, I think. But like, all signs, all roads point to GTA being the next big thing that drops. Fable.
100%, yeah.
Like, we got to enjoy what we got right now, because there might be a little bit of a lag period with games unless some indie game comes out. There's some cool shit.
Did you see that game Mugenics?
No.
Really?
Mugenics? No,
yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, shit.
What is that?
Shit like fucking popped off, bro, like last week.
Dude, I saw there's this game.
It's from the people that made Binding of Isaac.
Ooh, Yak loves that game.
Dude, I haven't played Mugenics, but I watched the gameplay. I'm like, bro, why is this so popular?
You said Mugenics?
Yeah, Mugenics. You like breed cats and then
all right,
fight them on a. I can't even remember what kind of game it is, dude. It's like some kind of indie genre.
You're trying to sell me on a game where you breed cats. Is this?
Yeah.
This one.
You'll just look at the trailer, yeah.
Knock, knock, Capital
This game
One
blew up on Steam.
Can I borrow some Wi-Fi?
Sure, Chuck. Sold hella games.
Fucking Capital One, they're not paying us.
Want to try the catchphrase? There's no.
Yeah, there's this game called Scamline.
Okay.
And it's like a fun little indie game where it's like you're all in a room and it's like, oh, I gotta trick you into like being like, yo, the bomb code is this. Like, trust me, you can trust me. And then they put it in, they die. It's like betrayal kind of thing.
I don't know if there's any gameplay in this trailer. Gotta find gameplay. There's no gameplay in this.
What 2 a.m. rabbit hole were you going down?
I'm not. It came to me, bro. It found me because it blew up. It's very popular. It was like #1 on Steam sales last week. You didn't see this?
No.
Oh my god, bro, you're tripping.
I'm just not.
You're supposed to be a video game podcaster.
This is crazy to me.
I think it's like a.
Eugenics.
Looks like it's like a tactics game, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, like you move around the
There
board.
aren't a ton of games I've happily put more than 100 hours into as quick as I have with Mugenics. This feline-flavored, turn-based roguelike
Let me see.
I can't imagine
Tactic game, yeah.
he needs tons of them to unlock crucial information on how.
I think you can just like level up your cats and.
They're fucking.
And orientations.
I don't know. I didn't sponsor this. Yeah, they're breeding. I told you.
Optimizing this to produce the most powerful cats possible with the inherited stats and traits you
Okay,
want.
so this is giving me like.
Much inbreeding is tricky. But you can't really
This is like breeding Pokemon to get perfect traits and stuff.
That's pretty important information for building.
That I do like to do.
It's also tricky to keep track of. What
Yeah, there's going to be games like this that just randomly.
That's what I'm
drop
saying.
and could keep us interested. It might just come out of
we
nowhere.
We can stop with Mugenics, but how like random is this?
I did not know when I woke up today. I did not know this was a path I was going to take.
Sorry.
Where I watched cats fuck on screen.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Pokemon, yeah, the new Pokemon got announced. Wind and Waves.
Wind and Waves.
It's a Switch 2 exclusive.
Okay.
Which is a bold choice because how many people outside of Japan and New York City have a Switch 2?
Switch 2, yeah. Well, they released Fire Leaf and or Fire Red and Leaf Green too. So there's a lot going on in the Pokemon world right now.
I will say though, I watched.
Oh, Pika. Okay.
From what I've seen so far, it looks the graphical like jump is a lot bigger than any other
Pokemon game.
It still doesn't look like, fucking Witcher 3, but the graphics kind of look like different this time.
Okay.
And maybe that's why they did switch to exclusive.
Slowpoke. Was that Raichu? I'm a big Raichu fan. I saw him surfing out there.
But I'm not buying a Switch 2. That's my point. Like, how many people are not going to get this Pokemon?
Are these the actual graphics, or is this just a... Okay.
No, this is just a fucking... I will say, though, it made me, ponder buying a Switch 2.
You considered it for a second.
I considered it. Whereas, the last two...
Fucking Pikachu.
The last two Pokemons that came out,
bro.
I didn't really care about. Sword and Shield and Violet. Scarlet and Violet. But I'm like, if they're gonna do a graphical jump and maybe some other stuff, maybe it'll be cool. I will say, I think the starters look like ass.
Yeah, I was gonna pull that up because they showed the starters for this game.
I don't like the starters. They look like blobs. I think one's like a fucking. What are those dogs called? Bombchon or whatever. Pomchon. What are those dogs called?
Pomeranian.
Pomeranian, yeah.
Pomchon.
Maybe that's what the thing's name is.
Pomeranian?
Yeah, his name's Pombon.
Pokemanian? Oh, Pombon, yeah.
Pombon. And then the fucking...
Gekwa?
The leaf one, Brout, literally looks like one of the Angry Birds.
Yeah, he really does, actually.
And he's angry.
These starters seem underwhelming.
Also, why are the water ones always gay now? They always have a. They're not gay, but they have like
Pikachu's fucking.
They have
orange.
a little like they have a little twink energy or something. The water Pokemon.
Pikachu's fucking orange. Is this Winded Wave? No, that's just a 30-year kind of thing. Yeah, I mean they got a lot going on. They've lost me. I think
they've lost me too.
It was like Gen 3.
But I was gonna say
like the last one that I know about.
Competition is good. Pal World is pushing them.
Yeah,
because this game looks better than the last two.
Yeah, Switch 2 exclusive. That is a.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's going to hurt sales.
Or like, help. People love Pokemon, dude. They might go buy Switch just for this.
People
love.
It won't
Pokemon.
fail. It'll succeed because it's Pokemon. But like, I think there's still a lot of people that just have a Switch 1 or a Switch OLED though, like that didn't get the Switch 2 because there wasn't much reason to get it.
I don't know. I mean, I have that emulator, and I want to go back and play like the Pokemons that I played, like Sapphire and Silver and shit like that. I don't really have an interest in playing the new ones, but I know people love this shit, and I know like you've heard of Pokemon Unite, right?
Mm-hmm. The MOBA.
The MOBA.
I've played it.
Yeah, my friends are like constantly like,
really?
Yo, you should play this. Like, if you like Deadlock, you should play this.
It's not
you
good.
should try it out. And I'm like, it doesn't. Like I've watched
the ability is like automatically like aim assist on everything around you.
I'm not
it's
cool with that.
like you just like walk up and it's like,
it's not my thing. I'll stay on Deadlock.
Yeah,
I'll stay 10 to it.
If you like, dude, it'll be a step down from Deadlock in every way possible.
Speaking of Deadlock,
if you try it,
this fucking this is the coolest VTuber PNG tuber use that I've ever seen. So this guy, Daniel Eagle 67. He made a dynamo. So for those that haven't played Deadlock yet, I know we sent out a few invites in our Discord for people. So if you guys want them, let us know. We'll send you an invite. But he made Dynamo, which is a character in Deadlock, as a PNG, and it responds to abilities and movement. So right now he's just running around. He's got the Dynamo. He's holding a controller. You pointed this out. I don't know why he has a controller. But when he alts, the model does the black hole, which I think is super fucking cool.
Is there another video below that of like his other ability?
I don't think so. He said I saw a post from him and he said he's working on
that's
other
cool
things. But I think that's like such a cool use of that.
That is cool.
And I think
somebody
Deadlock
like a VTuber
community
thing that's actually cool.
Yeah, and I think Deadlock has a community where they would eat this shit up.
Oh my god, they do.
They would
They love this shit.
They love their characters so much. I see you see the mods and everything, but like,
dude, I see like hundreds of fan art every day of Deadlock characters.
Yeah,
it's like it's so insane how big this game is going to be that you guys don't even know.
Yeah, there's no.
And I've been saying this shit since 2024.
Yeah, because you played it when it was still like.
I played in the beginning. Yeah, I said
it was 4 lanes.
I have tweets from 2024 that said Deadlock is it. Deadlock is the future. All this shit.
No, the more I play it, the more
it's gonna. I
fucking love this.
It's gonna be
so
true,
much.
man.
It's so fucking.
That is cool though. Because and then you can do that for like any character.
Yeah.
Any character you play, your main.
Yeah.
If you're like, it'll make people that are like shy that don't want to be like stream with webcams. They'll be able to use that.
Right.
Like shit like that. It's
you can do all their alts and everything. You got. It's a cool interactive element. I think the Deadlock community is super creative too. So
yeah,
I'm excited to see kind of what they do with that.
I still with that. That is cool, but I personally don't like watching like VTubers or anyone that I can't see. I just like the human connection of like seeing a person. I don't know why. Like if there's like a PNG or a VTuber, I just can't. I can't watch it.
Really
dude.
get down with them.
Yeah.
There's a couple.
I mean, Peanut is kind of an exception. I don't.
Peanut's definitely.
I haven't really watched Peanut, to be honest. I know you have, but
I love watching him, dude.
But you can kind of like see his eyes and his mouth, so you can kind of still get his expression.
Yeah.
So it kind of breaks that barrier a little bit. Also, his voice is just so like specific.
Speaking of Deadlock, real quick, this whole like hive mind Metro hate.
Oh yeah.
Around on Twitter.
Yeah. There's a YouTuber and streamer called Metro. And like, there's just this bombardment of hate towards him right now.
Yeah, and like people are shitting on his builds and
Yeah.
shitting on him and everything because I think he released a silver build and people were like, "This is such a shitty build, whatever." And like they were just dragging him, and he like finally got on Twitter and like was just like, "I don't know where all this is coming from or whatever." But one of the funny things he said, he was like, on a more serious note, there's a lot of things to not like about me, but hating on my builds is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Most of them are very on meta, and the items are used by pros and E6 players. If you are losing using my build, it might be a skill issue. I mean,
I just don't understand why people care enough to like hate on him for a build. Like, there's got to be something deeper going on that, like, I think people just don't like him.
Yeah,
he is kind of an asshole. He's kind of toxic.
He does do some dumb shit in game. Like, I've watched him, and he'll like feed.
I can't watch him because it makes me mad. Because he's so toxic.
Yeah, he is toxic. He does feed some random shit. So like, the hate isn't 100% unwarranted.
It's not unwarranted,
but like his builds are nothing.
They should just hate on him for that.
Like, you'll look at 5 more of the top builds, and they'll all be very similar.
Yeah.
And instead of being exact carbon copies, they'll just have 5 other columns. They're like, use if needed, and it's also every item in the game.
Yeah. Also, the builds are like, even if like these top E6 players know what the best builds are, they're still going to post builds that are experimental.
Yeah.
And have like weird shit in them for fun, because Deadlock, you can do that. You can build your heroes in different ways.
Yeah.
You can have a gun build fucking Yamato. Like,
yeah, people are still playing gun page in high level. Like, it's the nature of the game where you can try different things, and just because a guy posts his builds and you may not agree with them, don't mean they're ass. Like,
yeah, it's like, if you hate him, just say you don't like him for a real reason. Not
there's no one set meta in Deadlock. Like, it can all change, and even if you're trying to play that one meta, it's like, fuck, you might be doing well, your team might be rolling, there's somebody that's going to get fed on the other team. It's like, okay, I got to pivot to tank.
Right.
Like, I've seen a lot of drifters do that recently, where it's like,
especially when you don't have a tank on your team.
Yeah, I'm going straight tank drifter, and it's like, that might not be their normal build, but it works.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. That's why I kind of agree with him, where it's like, if you're losing using my build, it's kind of a skill issue, because they give you everything you need. It's like, use this if you're getting fucking shit on by this guy. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's just crazy that like so many people jump on.
I know. I saw all that on Twitter.
They were dragging his ass.
I was like, oh my god.
And he got on. He's like, yo, what the fuck? It was so funny to me.
Yeah, I mean, I watched some of his videos when I was first starting Deadlock to like learn stuff. Like, he posted a lot of good
I learned informational videos from him. Like, I think you had
just
told
like
me
spawn timers and stuff. Like,
like you were like, yo, like, if you're playing Wraith, you should check out Metro. Because he plays.
Because he was like the Wraith main. And
I did. And I used his build, and that's how I learned Deadlock with Wraith.
Yeah.
And super helpful.
Yeah.
I will say there's a couple mods that I'm not liking right now, and I saw something about this. A guy was talking about, like, there was like a spawn timer mod that you could have that would like count down on when like things would spawn.
I hate that shit.
And the guy that he was like, me and a friend made this. Like, we've since like stopped working together, and I told him, don't post this. And he didn't post it. Some friend that guy had did, and he was like, "Yo, please ban this immediately."
For those who don't know, there's mods in Deadlock right now. People have that can they can change people's health bars
to show their stamina.
So information you're not really supposed to know.
Yeah.
And then you can see spawn timers of like when neutral camps are going to spawn. Yeah. Like, that's why I can't wait for this game to come out, so all that shit can just get wiped clean.
Yeah. I haven't had a game.
I'm not doing any of that shit, bro.
No, I don't need
I don't want to get used to something that's not going to be in the game.
We comment all the time. Like, if we're like, yo, this fucking Shiv just uses alt or whatever. Like, you kind of know if someone's going to have it.
That's how it should be.
Running refresher.
You should gather information through your eyes and comms.
Like, you shouldn't have advantageous information that influences how you approach fights.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you know,
unless everyone has it, like, if it's in the game, fine. But if it's not in the game, and like you're using a mod,
if you're sitting there and you'll be like, "Yo, don't push this because this has their alt," or that's corny. So
it's super corny.
That's the one. But I haven't really. I mean, maybe it's because we're not like the top levels or whatever. But like, I haven't really experienced it. The only time I've experienced it was like the one guy. This was like a couple weeks ago we were playing with. He like disconnected, and the guy was like, "Oh, he has a bad mod, like he's restarting or whatever."
Yeah,
like that's the only time I've even heard people talk about mods.
And most people's mods are just skins for their characters,
or sounds,
like but there are mods that give you little competitive advantages.
Yeah,
which are
corny,
no good. Yeah, I don't like that.
What else? Anything else? We're gonna keep playing Marathon. It's the last day of the Service Slam. Game fully releases this week. Right, this weekend.
Yeah. So the 5th, is that Friday?
Yeah, 5th is Friday. It's actually my sister's birthday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna play it.
I'm gonna pay $40. I've spent $40 on worse shit. So
yeah, I mean, it's not $60 either way.
$40 seems like a good price for a game now.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll change my opinion about extractions. I mean, I'm surprised I spent as much time as I did on Ark.
Yeah,
which just
I'm surprised I did too.
Goes to show how good of a game it is.
Yeah,
like, and I said this. I was like, I think a lot of people that like Ark don't even like extraction shooters. Like, it's just that good.
There's new bugs with Ark.
Is there?
I don't think I told you about these. So there's one where so they did that like locked zone on Dam, like the high loot value thing. Mm-hmm. People are already cheesing their way into it with barricades and shit.
Damn it.
And then there's also a new bug that
you
I saw today where like there's a bug where you can knock out somebody while they're standing, like up. They're not even down. Like you can just walk up to them and just.
Damn. Dude, one thing we didn't say about like Ark PvE versus Marathon, the Marathon PvE finish you.
Oh yeah,
they finish you.
Yeah, dude, they're on your ass. I was
on Ark. Once you're down, dude, you get ignored.
I was a fucking triage, and I had went down.
They fucking suck you up. With their fucking tentacles.
This motherfucker walked up to me, stood there, and was just like, and just like followed me up the steps as I'm crawling. I'm like, yo, get this fucking thing off me. He would not stop. I was like, not expecting that. I thought he would just ignore my.
They feel more ruthless in that way.
Yeah,
but it is different because you can revive in Marathon after being like finished.
Right. That's a really cool
so
thing,
like if you got finished by the ones in Ark, that'd be so brutal.
Yeah.
So I get that they didn't do that.
That is a bit of a dopamine hit when like, you know, you're fully down and out. Like you got finished or whatever, and then like you clutch up and you're like, fuck yeah, he can actually get me still.
It feels great.
It's more dope than just being like, fuck, I just got to watch him play the rest of the game.
I've always not been a fan of watching your teammate for the rest of the game. Since PUBG, bro. Like,
yo, just get out.
You would load in and hot drop in duos, and if one of you would die, you would just leave. Because it's like, I'm not watching you for 40 minutes. Shit,
or you would just push something. Like in Warzone days where it's like, yo, like, we're not going to just sit here and watch you try to get $10,000 to get a loadout and then buy me. Like, just push something.
So yeah, like in Marathon, if you clutch up and you can revive your teammates, it feels so good, dude.
You're like, we're not fucking out of it.
That is one thing I fucking love.
Yeah,
I can't stress it enough. Yeah,
but there's pros and cons on both. Let us know if you guys think you'll pay $40 to play some more Marathon.
Yeah, and if you don't, I don't give a fuck
because we're gonna play it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I think that's it. Thank you guys for listening.
As always.
Let us know again about like genuinely, even if you don't like Marathon, let us know why. And
yeah, it seemed like everybody in Discord liked it.
Really?
Like, what I was reading, like people were like, yo, this is actually good. Like the one guy Threat that was saying, he was like, it's kind of boring. I gave him those tips and he was like, wait, yeah, I take it back. Like I just ran into 4 teams. Like,
all I'm saying is I never got.
Like everybody was cool with it.
This morning I wanted to play solos, and I never did that with Ark because I don't like playing Ark solos. Yeah, I don't know why. I got to be with a team.
I can count on one hand. I mean,
but like that's kind of interesting to me. So the more I play it, the more I like it. That's what everyone's saying too.
Yeah,
weird. I feel like this is a weird case.
I agree.
I've never had this experience where like the first game I was like, this kind of sucks, and then I started liking it. So I don't know. We'll see. But
it's definitely an outlier in my opinion. But
yeah.
Also, speaking of Discord, send us voice messages.
Send us some voice messages. If you're new, I mean, we've been seeing a lot of new faces, so we have a little channel where you can click a link and send us a voice message. You can give us hot takes. You can give us disagreements, agreements.
Ask us questions.
Our thoughts on a gaming topic, a certain game, whatever.
Yeah. I think the first voice message we got was the one guy that was like saying he was going through a divorce kind of thing.
Yeah,
I haven't heard from him since, so I think we may have given him some bad advice.
Wait, we haven't? I thought that was that wasn't ADHD or whatever.
I don't think that was ADHD.
Okay,
it might have been.
Maybe.
I don't think it was though.
All right.
Well, wherever you are, if you're still listening,
hopefully you're still alive.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Marathon is here.
All right. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Peace.